Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. A while ago I uploaded a video where I talked about some myths there can be around starting ballet as an adult. That has been my so far most viewed video. So I thought I was gonna make a sort of a sequel to that one. So today I'm going to do some tips for when starting ballet as an adult. My first tip might be the one that is most frustrating, and is that let it take time. When you're starting dancing as an adult, it will take longer time to succeed in your dancing than it will if you were starting as a kid. It will take a bit longer to get those lines and extensions and high legs and whatever, but just keep on doing it and you will get there. Be consistent and be accurate in your work. Listen to your teachers. Take care of your corrections. Apply them to you and your progress will come. But it might take time, so stay there. Don't give up. You can do it. Also connected to it, the first tip is that don't start pointe too soon. To be able to go on pointe properly, you need the right technique. You need a certain time of training to be able to do pointe work. Pointe work isn't something you just don't hop onto pointe and just start dancing. You need a technique, you need a strength, and so on, so on. So let it take a time. Dance like a year or two maybe, and then start pointe, depending on how many classes a week you take. Because you can start pointe as an adult, yes you can, but don't start too soon. Develop your technique first, then go on pointe. And also don't do any pointe work by yourself. Do it under a teacher's supervision, otherwise you could develop some bad techniques and get injured. So please don't. Never, never, never. A good thing is to do by yourself is some more pre-pointe exercises to strengthen your feet so you will get on pointe sooner. A lot of terms and vocabulary in ballet are in French. Because ballet is from French, or it's French, whatever. So it might be a bit confusing or a bit like, what does that mean? Or what is that? You can get a lot of French in the beginning if you haven't learned French before, if you're not speaking French or whatever. My tip is to go online and find a sort of a ballet vocabulary. So you will know what, okay, that is a plie, that is a tendu, what does it mean? For example, le frappe, yeah, it's beating. So yes, you know when you're doing a frappe, yeah, it's sort of a beat. Good. By doing this, you will understand more what the teachers are talking about. And speaking of teachers, for starting as an adult, it's really good to have a teacher who likes to teach adults. So as I said in the beginning, it's such a difference from teaching kids from dancing and dancing adults. Because when you're a kid, you jump over things and play with shawls and things. But with an adult, you go straight into it. And you need an encouraging teacher who will help you develop. Over my past 10 years of dancing, I have run into teachers with a sort of variation in attitude of teaching adults. Some is so encouraging by, yes, come on, let's do this. And you can do it, and they give you a lot of connections and all those kind of things. But some is just like, I'm here to teach and I don't give a f about you. And that's it, because why are you here? You're too old for this. And that's sad. So see if you can find a really good teacher for you and for adults and who are encouraging you, because that's what you want. Otherwise it will not be fun and you will quit. You could probably want to do, I'm not saying that, but you could probably want to quit, because if you don't have an encouraging teacher, the lessons won't be fun. When walking into a ballet studio, you know that it will be mirrors. A lot of mirrors. And those mirrors could be both good and bad. That's depending how you use them. And also, a lot of people might not feel comfortable looking at themselves in the mirror. I'm one of those people. I hate looking at myself in the mirror. I usually look everywhere else than on myself, except if I'm doing turns and something I have to focus. But the mirrors aren't, I'm not using them maybe as much as I should, or I'm not staring in them also. And that's my point, is that don't stare yourself also at the mirrors. Because I have a teacher who, she likes to, especially doing center, flip everything around, facing away from the mirrors, so that people don't stare at themselves straight into the mirrors, instead of just letting go and dancing instead, and using more head, like in other ways, and then just stare. Because this isn't pretty. It's more if you're using this and whatever you're supposed to do with your head, despite stare. Because if you could imagine this, if you're on stage, you won't stare at the audience. You will use your Apple Mom, I have really trouble pronouncing that word, which it means shoulders, this, and then it comes the head. Yeah, so use the mirror wisely, don't stare. If you're looking for seeing, okay, if I prop in my position, yes. Okay, good, fine, but don't stare at yourself. Don't rely on them too much. You should be able to, when you're not, say if you're going to perform, you won't have mirrors. So be sure that you are comfortable to dance without them. So if you stare at yourself constantly, it will be a big deal when you leave the mirrors. But if you don't have the mirrors, if you don't stare, you look other way around. Feel like you're having an audience, and you have to look at everyone in that audience. You don't stare at a certain person. And my final tip is, don't look too much at your feet. They are there. Don't worry, they won't go away. Because this is the thing I've heard, especially with beginners, is that they look so much down at their feet and is everything correct? And don't worry, they are there. They won't go anywhere. And it won't help you by dancing this, looking up. That will help your dancing so much more than that staring at your feet. I have noticed when I'm in pointe classes, I tend to look a lot down at my feet for some reason. I don't know why. I don't do it normally if I'm doing in like a normal class, only in pointe classes. So I'm working on that too, because it doesn't help me by looking down. I feel I improve more if I don't look down. So look up, look around, or whatever, but don't stare at yourself in the mirrors also. Yes, your feet are down, they will be there. They won't go anywhere, I promise, unless you go with them. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe. I post new videos here on Fridays. And I will wish you all a pleasant day.